Hey there, it's the hair and beauty guy, Alexander Turnbull. So today I want to be talking about what is hot for spring and summer for men's hair 2026. So watch this. This is where we're going to go. I'm going to give you some celebrity references and also why it should work for you, what kind of personality type you should be, and if it's hot or if it's not. Number one, the textured fringe grown out shag. What basically is that? Well, the shag is a haircut that has been in America for a long time. We're now in an androgynous part of the world and part of society when men's hair and women's hair can cross over from both sides. The shag itself, it's very textured, long sweeping fringes, look really, really cool, quite grown out, quite textured, quite fluffy. And people that wear something like this, your likes of Joe Keery, looks really, really good on him. Texture, long hair. Things to avoid if you've got this kind of hair, if you've got quite a wide face and then you've got quite wavy hair, adding that to it might make your head look a little bit bulky. So maybe look around for that, see if it's the right kind of shape for you. That's not a no-no, by the way. If you have got a rounder face, maybe grow it longer. That'll help pull it down a little bit. Now, what is it good for? So, these days, a lot of people have kind of receding hairlines, higher hairlines. Hair loss, ladies and gentlemen, is on the rise, believe it or not. Since COVID, there's been so much more hair loss and people are thinning out a little bit more, guys and girls. This long, heavy fringe really helps. If you do have the higher forehead, you want to hide that a little bit. It's a little bit of a pro tip for you. Age fit. If you're in your 20s, you can wear a version of this style. You probably could go a little bit longer, a little bit choppier. You can get away with a bit more in your 20s. So the 20-somethings, go for the longer version of this cut. 30s to 40s, maybe go with a more controlled, textured cut. You can still have a variation of this, but you've got to think of this kind of age, might need to be a bit more office ready, a little bit more appropriate. And of course, for your 50s, your 60s, your olders, keep it a little bit shorter on the sides, a little bit tighter, still a variation of and a variation of the texture, but make sure you keep it age appropriate. That is my look number one, the grown out shag textured fringe. So number two, I'm looking at the curly textured fade. Now, what is that as such? It's when it's a lot shorter on the sides, quite a bit of curl up the top, quite a bit of texture on there. Now, what is interesting is a lot of guys with straight hair have started having it permed just to get this look. Now, who has this look? Who's a celebrity reference? Jaden Smith, perfect example. Looks cool, looks great on him, looks absolutely fantastic. What to avoid? Well, not every single guy can carry this off, right? Having something that's really, really curly on top, if that was on me, I don't think it would look all that cool. I'd probably look like a little bit of a poodle. So bear in mind, it's got to be right, it's got to look cool. But for somebody like Jaden, a couple of these younger guys, that curly top fade out looks fantastic. And another word for this, they can call it the curly fade. The idea is sometimes it's disconnected, which means it doesn't have to be blended. So you kind of got the curl up here, the shave blending here, looks really good. You can if you're a bit older, if you're maybe going a little bit older and you still want to work with that natural curl, which by the way, I think is really good. You might not go quite as long, you might not go quite as tight here, you might meet the levels up, right? So you've got this bit longer here, that a little bit longer there, a little bit more age appropriate. But of course, if you feel good with it, then you go with it. Now, number three, look out for long, messy hair, right? It's back. It's not really gone everywhere. It's still kicking around. Longer hair is going to definitely be here. And believe it or not, the man bun might be making an appearance. Some people haven't got rid of it from the first time around. So you guys, if you've still been wearing that man bun, you're in for a treat. You're back in fashion. If you've got rid of it and you want to get it back, now's an ideal time. Who do you want to be looking out for in these ones? Well, the longer looks, Chris Hemsworth varies his hair. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter, but that's a great reference point. Another one, Jason Momoa. Always got this kind of bit of length to it, regularly wears a man bun, looks really, really good. Now, things to be aware of, if you cannot carry this off with confidence, guys, don't do it, because you'll just look uncomfortable and like you've got a turd on the top of your head. It won't look cool. So you have to be comfortable, confident with it. And if you're not comfortable and confident with it, don't worry, just don't put the bun in, maybe go for some longer lengths, see how you feel. As you're growing it out, you might get a bit more confident. But remember, confidence is key. And if you're not delivering it and you've not got it when you're walking around with your hairstyle, it's gonna show. So you have to feel right, lads. Now, the age fit for these, for this kind of length itself and the longer looks, if you're in your 20s, you know, imagine surfer hair, California hair, all that kind of vibe, you know, sun-kissed, natural movement, natural curl. But of course, when you're in your 20s and you've got those boyish good looks, you can get away with so much. I'm a middle-aged guy. If I don't have my hair styled a little bit, it's gonna show. So what I would say tends to be the rule of thumb for when you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, you know, you can still have it, guys, but just a bit more polished. Just think a little bit more, you know, polish, 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 but still with those longer layers. And of course, in your 50s, you might feel great with it. There's a lot of guys in their 50s and 60s with longer hair that look absolutely great. And if you're one of those guys and you feel great with it, I'm all for it. If you don't feel 100% with it, just look, reference, check things out, see how it's got to be. There's a lot of guys of that age that are absolutely killing it right now. But certainly, longer hair, in your 20s, surfer, loads of texture, 30s, 40s, neaten it up a little bit. And of course, if you're in your 50s and 60s and you've got long hair and you feel great with it, you go with it. But much like the 30s and 40s, just a bit more polished, lads. That'll keep you right. Now, if you're one of these lads that's there watching my channel saying, Alex, I'm bald, this is no good for me. Guys, seriously, don't worry about it. Let's have a little think now. Joe Rogan, bald, looks great, suits him. You know, let's go a little bit more. Jason Statham, right? Arguably one of the most attractive men in Hollywood. So they say, short hair, bald, looks great. Again, it comes down to wearing it with confidence. Now remember, there is something out there called micropigmentation, which if you're not very aware, is a tattoo on the head. So you could be somebody even with fully alopecia, it's all gone, it's shiny, and you can have these little dots tattooed on your head, giving you that kind of stubble from like a number one coming through. So it is a great time for hair, it's a great time for beauty. It certainly is not one size fits all, it's what works for you. So I hope I've given you some good inspiration there, guys, and given you somewhere to be looking at and looking what's hot for 2026. There really is something for everyone on this. So if you've got something you want to ask me, put the comments below. If this has struck a chord and it's helped, brilliant. And if you like this channel, please like and subscribe. We're going to be here giving some info for you on the best things to do with hair and beauty. Cheers, everyone.